It took 32 years, 8 World Cups, and 2 titles for the Caribbean islands to finally host an edition. In hindsight, the West Indies Cricket Board might have been richer without it, for they're still paying the price for shoddily attempting to host a globally televised sporting event such as the ICC Cricket World Cup. Technology was also set to have a bigger say, as the 9th edition of the World Cup was set to become the first one where on-field umpires would be given the authority to refer a catch to the third umpire, as Bangladesh and Ireland followed Kenya's footsteps to qualify for the second round by sidestepping a couple of big teams. Unfortunately, for the broadcasters though, the teams to miss out were India and Pakistan, arguably two of the most supported cricket teams in the world. Anyways, the stage was set for the bookies' favourite Australia and an experienced Sri Lanka to fight it out in Barbados for the World Cup honours. And no one foresaw the way events unfolded on the 28th of April 2007, let alone the 28,000 odd spectators present at the Kensington Oval. Even the umpires hardly got to see what happened in the middle when Australia were finally crowned champions of the world. Believe it or not, this was a stub camera view towards the final moments of the game. Now, despite a delayed start, Australia's start complemented the bright and sunny weather. In out-of-form Adam Gilchrist put on a show for everyone to remember, depositing the ball to all parts of the ground. The truncated game and Gilchrist's blitzkrieg meant that Sri Lanka were chasing 282 in 38 overs to end the game on the right side of the result. The early loss of Upal Taranga at the second over notwithstanding, seasoned campaigners Kumar Sankara and Sanjay Surya gave the chase a new lease of life. The sun, still engaged in a hide-and-seek, was preparing for yet another disappearance. It synced with the departures of both the Lankan southpaws, and others followed suit. The match was slipping away from Sri Lanka. It was shaping up to be a perfect Australian triumph, but fate had other plans, as rain came into play once again. Calculators were brought back, as was the Duckworth-Lewis method, which revised Lanka's target of 269 in 36 overs. This meant that the island nation now had to score 120 runs of 70 odd balls to win their second World Cup. The umpires Steve Buckner and Aleem Dar on the day, along with match referee Jeff Crow, took a decision which can be called controversial, stubborn, perhaps even termed as madness, or even downright shocking. Well, the world was not ready for it. They decided to finish off the remaining overs on that day itself, when it was pitch dark and there were no floodlights to aid. It was so unlikely to even have a single delivery bowl that the performers for the closing ceremony were already getting ready for the event. Mahela Jayawardene, already in a heartbroken state, might have not been able to apprehend the situation, swept along and agreed to play the remaining overs of the game. He opined that pushing the game to the next day, when 61 was needed of 3 overs with only the tail to bat, was pointless. Aussie skipper Ricky Ponting also agreed to bowl his spinners till the end of play in almost total darkness. The erratic situation had no explanation. The people present were clueless, as was the lead presenter Mark Nicholas. Sri Lanka resumed their innings at 206 for 7 with 3 overs left and with a target of 269 in sight. At 6:17 p.m. local time, Andrew Simons was tossed the ball for the 34th over, with Chaminda Vas and Lasat Malinga the two batters. Mind you, none of this was hardly visible to even the TV viewers. A few singles, batsmen swinging their bat in anticipation, and the stadium trying to make out the turn of events in the centre without night vision goggles. Andrew Simons bowled the final delivery to Vas, and it was finally over. The repercussions were inevitable. The entire panel of officials, including the reserves, Rudy Kurtzen and Billy Bowden, were suspended for the duration of the next ICC event, the 2007 T20 World Cup. It would have been easy to let sleeping dogs lie and pretend nothing happened. These are the words of Malcolm Speed, the ICC's chief executive. He went on to say, but the reality is that the playing control team made a serious and fundamental error that caused the final of our flagship event to end in disarray and confusion. The multinational event had already been plagued by poor attendance, one-sided affairs, the time difference with most other nations, and the mystical death of Pakistan coach Bob Woolmer. If that was not enough, the grand finale left a scar that cannot be wiped out. India and Pakistan's first round exit further dented the hosts on the business front. And whether the Caribbean islands witness another 50-over ICC event or not is for the future to say. But the 2007 affair was one to forget. That's all we have in this cricket.com classics segment. Thanks so much for watching. More to come on YouTube. Subscribe right now and tell a friend about us, because we're here to stay.